Back with My Hero Academia this week. Got a bit of an inverted look from last week. Last week I was wearing the blue shirt and the red bandana, but I decided to switch it up. Invert it this week. I think it looks better, maybe. Maybe that's something you'll put in the comments, I don't know. But yeah, here with My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 3, the continuation of the sports festival. Well, we've only just started with the sports festival, we're only supposed to be 5, maybe 10 minutes in, that's it. So, and we know this show has very good pace, and it draws things that mean something out for a long time, like the fight at the end of last season, the villain's attack on the USJ lasted for 4 episodes. That's a hell of a thing. So I wonder how long this sports festival is going to go on for. It's going to last the whole season. The way last season taught me with its spacing out, its pacing of important events, this sports festival could go on all season, and I don't have a problem with that because this show is fucking amazing. And unlike other shows that I watch on this channel, I'm not intimidated by how long it is at all. Like, not gonna lie, Ben 10, the idea of doing reactions to Ultimate Alien, Alien Force, Omniverse, it's a bit intimidating. That's gonna take a while to do, so bit nervous about that. And then Batman the Animated Series even more so, because the animated series by itself has over 100 episodes, and then you're talking into Batman the New Adventures, the Superman series, the Static Shock, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited. That's going to take years to finish. That's very intimidating as well. But My Hero Academia, not that much. There's 4 seasons of it, but I feel like I could watch this show for as long as it goes, and I won't care. I won't get intimidated by it. I won't even get tired of it unless it goes really bad. Shows have done that before to me. But this show has not disappointed me so far. With its characters, its action, its storytelling, its writing, whatever. None of it has let me down. Yeah, this show is amazing. Okay, so we're in the sports festival now. The last episode, let's see where we're at. We got introduced to a couple of new students, the purple-haired guy. Well, we didn't really get introduced to many, but the purple-haired guy who wants a spot on the hero course. But to do that, he'd have to take a student's place in either class 1A or 1B. I prefer to take it from 1B because I don't want to lose any of 1A, and I don't care about 1B. Because literally, the only person that we've met from 1B is that guy who he looks like he could be a villain with those evil eyes of his, and it looks like he's got a few anger issues as well. Him and Kachan are gonna get along great. But yeah, sports festival. Shoto is standing out from the crowd. Well, I say Shoto, aka Endeavor's son, because that's what we know he is. I was actually surprised when I watched reactions to this, because not many people picked up on that Endeavor's son was in the first years. Naturally, when they say Endeavor's son is in the first years, you're going to naturally think of Class 1A, because it's the only one you've met. And then you're going to think in the students of Class 1A, who could be Endeavor's son, the flame hero, who could his son be? And the only logical choice is Shoto, because he's half cold, half hot. So naturally, he's got to be Endeavor's son, of course. And then later on, it said that, Shoto said that his dear old dad is watching. So, of course, they say some random people say that Endeavor's son is in the first years, and then Shoto says later on that, oh, my dear old dad is watching. It writes itself. Like, it's telling you right there. You just have to pay attention. I was actually surprised when I watched this that very few people actually picked up on that. But then again, I can't go to their videos and comment saying like, have you not worked it out? But because the reactors that I watched, they watched this a long time ago, so there's no point anymore because obviously the answer would have come out by then. And Shoto was a badass. He destroyed the OP villain, well, the OP robot villains from the training exercise. Because he was recommended to the hero course. He didn't have to take the entrance exam like the others did. Well, him and Yaoyorozu did. But yeah, so him and Yaoyorozu didn't have to face those OP robots. But even if he did, it wouldn't have mattered because he just destroyed a bunch of them like it was nothing. The first year's umpire is the R-rated hero Midnight. Can we get more of her, please? Interesting that they'd let a hero like her be in a school. You wouldn't think that. But I'm with Mineta on that one. I'm interested to see because Shoto's got an early lead right now. I remembered after watching it, Mummy Midoriya doesn't know about Deku's powers yet, does she? So she's gonna get a real nice look at what Deku's about to do. But then again, what can he do? Because he's facing robots, and when he's facing against inanimate objects, he's unable to hold back his power, so he's gonna break every bone in his body if he tries fighting them. So probably some of the other heroes are going to take care of it for him and he's going to sneak through. That's what I'm guessing, because despite this show following Deku, I doubt he's going to win this competition. It just wouldn't make sense for him to win it now. I think Shoto is the favourite right now. I think it makes sense for Shoto to win it, because let's think about Shoto for a sec. He did not appear to be that big of a character in the early stages of last season. He only showed up in like episode 5, I believe. 5, yeah, when he joined the class, but yeah, episode 5, and he didn't even say a word. He only said one line in episode 7, and then he started making a name for himself in episode 8 onwards. But now it looks like he's really a really big part of the show. I know he's a huge part of the show because I see My Hero Academia merchandise everywhere, and he's almost always front and center, like alongside Deku and Kachan. So he's obviously the third part of this My Hero Academia trinity, shall we say? There's Deku, Kachan, and Todoroki. And I almost said Shodoroki then, but Shoto Todoroki, that's his name. But he's got another lead right now, and it looks like he's going to be the winner. So, but even if I know that, I don't care, because I'm happy to see Shoto win. I don't care if I know that he's going to win, I'm happy to see it. So let me just get into watching Shoto Todoroki win this competition. So, Season 2, Episode 3 of My Hero Academia, starting now! Oh god, you could have killed him. Oh! Oh wow. Clever! Oh! Oh? Okay. She's a self-made one, but does she have a quirk? Wow. Ah, look at him go.
He's finally getting fired up. It took him
suck. He's winning. That's right. Everyone knows now.
Very clever. Those in the lead are actually at a disadvantage here.
Oh! Katchan's taken the lead. We're gearing up for a Shoto versus Katchan right now. He's gonna blast himself right to the front. What did he do? Woo! Look at him go! Wow. He's put a bunch of them together. Boom! Go, man! And there he goes! There he goes! Whoa! Oh! Look at him go! Hello, Shigaraki. Oh, he's so proud of him. I'm proud of him.
The business course. There's really no benefit to them participating in the sports festival, so they cultivate their instincts by selling things or running market simulations.
Wow.
They have a lot of free time.
Wow.
Now let's take a quick look at the standings, shall we?
A lot of people. Oh, the invisible girl came in the...
All of the top 42 will advance to the next round. Each player has been assigned a point value based on the results from the obstacle course.
That means each team will have a different point value based on which students are on it.
Maybe you should shut up and let me explain things to you. For example, 42nd place is worth 5 points, and 41st is worth 10. And the point value assigned to the first place contestant is 10 million.
Everyone wants to be his partner.
In other words, if you take down his team,
Uh-oh.
That's right. It's survival of the fittest with a chance for those at the bottom to overthrow the top.
Everyone's going to be after Deku. Deku is in the lead. But it also means he is the #1 target. Everyone is going to be after Deku. At least people are paying attention to him now. Katchan is going to blow his lid off. It looks like he's about to explode, literally, himself. Not just explosions from his hands. He looks like he's about to go nuclear. Okay, we started off with Todoroki's attack was, and Todoroki's strategy at the end of the last episode, at the beginning of this one as well, was pretty deadly, very deadly. The robots fell on people, and bloody lucky that the only 2 people trapped under there were the 2 who could survive it. There was Kirishima, but there's also Tetsu. Who made that name? You're a genius. It is the most... I don't even know how to describe it. I'm not going to bother describing it. I'll watch other people's reactions, see how they describe it, but then it won't matter at that point because my video is already finished and recorded, but... yeah. It was a... okay, so... obviously, the robot villains was the first death. The second one was the... what was it? Let's go with how Deku... well, how some of the others got past their villains. Deku, he took a shield and cut the robot's arm off. He went pretty Captain America on it, using a piece of metal as a shield. He went full Captain America on this, really, if you think about how he finished the last obstacle. And then Yaoyorozu, she's got to be the... I don't want to say this about someone who's in... This is supposed to be a high school, but they're definitely using Yaoyorozu as the sexual appeal, since she got naked at the end of last season when she made the sheet of insulation, because they completely undressed her and just barely covered her from censorship, and then she just opens her shirt for this episode. Okay, it's kind of, you know, it's obvious that they're sexualizing her, but you don't want to look at it that way because she's supposed to still be a kid, a teenager. So it's a bit weird thinking of it that way. But if I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief, then I'm gonna have to adapt to that. But on the other hand, Midnight, you don't have to think that way about it. I watched a couple of reactions after the last episode of Midnight, and people described her as a dominatrix, which I can definitely see that now. The words didn't come to my head in the last few times I've been seeing her, but yeah, that's definitely what comes to mind. She has a whip, so, and then sounds like she's got a bit of a temper as well. So, yeah, okay. So we still don't know what the purple-haired guy's powers are, but we got a tiny bit more of him this season. Well, not this season, this episode. But we still haven't seen any of his powers. We don't know what the hell is going on with him. So, but then there's the pink-haired steampunk girl as well. What is her quirk, I wonder? We know she's got gadgets, which they give the lower class students any advantage they want just to level the playing field compared to class 1A and B. So that would make sense. If all the more powerful students are in the top classes, naturally they're going to be in the lead. But you don't have to be the most powerful to stand out. But definitely the most powerful won this race in the top 3 positions. Oh, I forgot to say about Yaoyorozu as well. She made a cannon. She just formed a cannon out of her body, which that's insane power if you think about it. No. Like Deku said, no wonder she got recommended, because she could create any non-living thing. She could create a nuclear bomb if she wanted to. She could be a weapon of mass destruction. Hopefully they start treating her like that as well. Like one of the most powerful, because she is. But Minetta's they keep portraying her as Minetta's crush, that he gets to grab her ass. He gets to jump on her back. The pink-haired girl obviously has a lot of gadgets involved, but again, what's her quirk? We don't know yet. But up front, it was pretty much Shoto and Kacchan all the way up until the end, where we got to the minefield. Thankfully, they're not real mines, but they've got to have some sort of force in them. They've got to hurt at least a little bit, because it's blowing up right in your face. It doesn't matter if air's blowing up in your face, it's gonna hurt. Like, have you seen videos online of people cutting like tires and everything? Like just slicing tires with a knife, and it blows up right in their face, and it could potentially kill them. What the hell? These students have got to be strong, of course, but just think about what the kind of force that's blowing up right in their faces. Some of them were flying away. But then Deku, using his smarts, that's the difference between most of the students in this school and Deku. He thinks outside the box. He doesn't have to just use his, well, he can't just use his quirk because he'll break his bones, so he has to think around his quirk. Which eventually, when he gets hold of his powers, I'm sort of going to miss, because he won't have to think outside the box at that point, but hopefully he still does. Because Deku, he has to come up with some pretty innovative ideas, taking all the mines well, taking a lot of mines and then putting them in a pile, and then using his Captain America moves, uses his shield to I don't want to say blow himself, but to make the explosion propel him straight to the front of the line, right past Shoto and Kachan. And then that hell of a move when he flipped over them and then used the shield to send him up front and then knock them away. That was a hell of a move, and he won. He won the race. I did not think we'd see a win out of Deku at this point. I thought it'd be a while before he started showing himself off. But considering what the next task is, I'm not surprised they gave Deku the win, because he is public enemy number 1 in the school now. Everyone's going to be coming for Izuku next episode. Hopefully there'll be some people who will have mercy on him. Because, what's his name? Yuya? He's not having the best time of it. You'd think he'd be able to get past the landmines. Well, I don't know how he'd get past the robots, but he's got a laser. He can blow the robots away. The tightrope thing, the second task, he could have just blown right over it with his laser. He could have flown right over it. And then the landmines, he could have flown right over that as well. So how the hell did he end up in last place? I'll tell you what would be hilarious, stupid but hilarious. It would have been, but imagine if the Invisible Girl would have won this. Like, while everything's going on, all the students are trying to get each other back, they're trying to hold each other back, and she just sneaks right through. Imagine if she would have won this thing. I suppose she's the only student that I could see leaving the class, being traded out of the class, because I wouldn't miss her. As hard as that is to say, that's the point. You wouldn't miss her because you don't see her anyway. Shigaraki's watching as well. So's Death Arms and the Woods guy, Civilized Groot, should we call him? Yeah, they're watching as well. They recognised him from the premiere. Well, episode 2. They recognised him from back then, which according to the timeline, this was over 10 months ago, so they've got a hell of a memory. But they recognise him, Shigaraki recognise him. Izeku. I was about to call him Dooku then, which is a combination of Deku and Izuku. And then I was about to call him Izeku. See, we've got problems with names over here. But yeah, everyone's starting to get their eyes on Deku, Izuku. And he won without having to use his powers, which business class is having a problem with, but then again, apparently no one pays attention to business class. Oh, All Might's so proud of him. I'm very proud of him. But then we'll see if he can stand up to the heat. Particularly Kachan's heat in the next episode. So yeah, that's all we got for this episode. Until next time, we are over at... Actually, no. I've not finished yet. If you want to watch the full episode of this, my full-length reaction to this on Patreon, it will be for $3 a month, or you could go up a tier for $5 a month, in which case, if you're watching this episode, which is episode 3 on YouTube, you can watch all the way up to episode 7, 4 weeks early access for $5 a month, which you would also get the full-length reaction to this episode for that. Or you could possibly go up to the $10 tier, in which case you get the early access, you get the full length, but you also get full length movie reactions. There's only one video on there at the moment, but hopefully by the time this comes out, there'll be more. And then, obviously, $10 tier, at the end of this video, you would get a nice little credit at the end of the video, like Mr. Larry Walker does, my one and only patron for the $10 tier at the moment. But that's what you get. I'd be happy to put your name up there. So, now I'm done. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!